Hi, this tutorial is to show you how to share your badge cert with LinkedIn. There are three ways that you can share your badge cert portfolio through LinkedIn. Number one would be through the badge cert dashboard. Number two would be through your LinkedIn profile. And number three would be through the LinkedIn certification area. This tutorial will give you a step-by-step instruction on how to accomplish all three of those. The first thing you must do is to log in to the badge cert website for access to your portfolio. The link is in the email that you received from badge cert to indicate that your portfolio is ready to use. So as shown in the address bar of the website, this is the address where you would log in. Once there, you'll click login in the upper right hand corner. You will enter your login credentials, which are also provided to you through your email. And it takes you to your main badge portfolio. As you can see, it tells you in the top left, mid-left section of the website of where you are. It will show you all of the badges that you have earned, meaning your certifications through AACE. So in this example, it shows that I have a CST and a CCT. Now, as you can see through your groups down here, all of your badges, this circle here is being reflected in here. And as you see, when you click this, it doesn't really do anything. In order for you to actually start sharing it, we need to create a sharing URL group so that you can actually share it directly through the dashboard built in through badge cert, or you can create a URL to share through other avenues, which I will show you. So the first thing you want to do is click Create Group. And you must give the group a name. Since this will probably be your sharing URL for most things that you're going to do, let's name this group Sharing URL. And the group description can be, for this one, we're just going to say everyone, meaning that it's going to contain all of your badges that anyone can see. The reason that you might be able to share other groups that create other groups that you can share just specific certifications with would be if you have specific networking groups, or if it's all related to scheduling, or maybe it's all related to estimating. I'm not sure why anyone would want to just share one certification, but it does give you the flexibility to do that if you want to. But for the sake of this sharing URL group, we are going to say it is for everyone, and it's not taking the whole thing. And you can select an image if you want. We'll choose the little talking bubbles and then click Submit. And then of course you see that the group is submitted. The numbers indicating in the groups will show you how many badges you have in that group. So as you can see in the All Badges, which is being reflected here, I have both of my certifications. In my newly created group, Sharing URL, there is none. So what we need to do is we need to drag the badges into that group so we can start sharing them. So let's take our first badge, just click on it once, hold it down, and drag it to the group and let go. And you can see that that is now in there. If I click the Sharing URL group, you see that my CST is in there. But I need to add the other group, the other certification. So let's go back to All Badges. Let's grab the CCT, drag it down and drop it. And now you see that all of my badges is equivalent to the Sharing URL. Let's click the Sharing URL. So you have the ability to edit this group. If you click Edit, it's simply allowing you to edit the group name, the description, and your image. You also can delete a group. However, you would have to delete the badges first. And I would recommend extreme caution when doing that, because if you delete badges from, for instance, your All Badges group, which you can do, then you're going to have to contact support to actually reconfigure that badge, because it's going to be gone forever. When you delete them from groups that you've created, you certainly can delete them by simply, I'm in the Sharing URL, it's being reflected up here. So let's say I decide I don't want my CCT in there. You simply just hover over the badge, click the X, and it will say, are you sure you want to remove this from the group? And you can say yes, and it will be removed. You would need to remove all the badges if you want to delete a group, but for the sake of this, it's just to show you how you can delete them, but we're going to keep it in there. The main box that you want to use is this particular link called share. So let's click it. When you click it, a dashboard opens up. And so what you can do is you can share this particular portfolio to someone via an email address. You can actually send it to yourself so that you have the URL to build your email signature, which is in a separate tutorial. Or you can use it for the built-in dashboard for these popular social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So let's do LinkedIn because that's what this tutorial is for. And let's just simply click it. And what it's going to do is it's going to log you in. And as you can see, it's already configured for you. So this post is going to show, I'll expand it for you so that you can see it. The prefabricated post is actually giving a logo of one of your badges. If you have multiple certifications, it just picks one. And it's going to give you a prefabbed statement that's going to be posted as an update on your LinkedIn profile. Now you can edit it and you can, put, let's say for instance, you want to say, look at my new certification. And you definitely want to include photos so that your image stays there. And then you can actually preview it. You also can do tagging, share it with the public, post it to groups, or send it to specific individuals via LinkedIn. So let's preview it and see what it would look like. So the prefabbed badgecert.com is in there, and I didn't change the title. It's Badge Cert Certifications for Penny Woolery, and my statement, look at my new certification, would be there. So I can actually click share, and it says, great, you've successfully shared the update. So let's go to my LinkedIn page and see. Naturally, whenever you sign into your LinkedIn page and you're on the home tab, it just shows you all of the people that you're connected with in your newsfeed and the posts that they've made. To see your post as you just shared with everyone of what they're going to see, click on profile and then select your updates, and then there you'll see that that is exactly the post that all of your connections and your friends and your colleagues are seeing. And if they click on it, this is where it takes them. This is what is called your Badge Cert portfolio. As you can see, I have my picture in my portfolio, which you can also do in your LinkedIn, in your Badge Cert portfolio. But it also gives my name, my company, my title, my email address, and then these are my badges. This is what the viewers will see. And if they click on them, it will give them an idea of what a certified cost technician is. It tells what my certificate number is, who issued it. It gives a link to the issuer, which would come back to AACE International. It also says when it was issued and when it expires. This is essentially important to those that want to show the longevity of their certification. And then it gives a description as to what it takes to be certified as a CCT and what it means. And it also talks about our accreditation. And the same is true for every badge cert that they click on. So this is what your badge cert portfolio is going to look like to anyone that clicks on it, whether it's through your LinkedIn update, whether it's through your email signature, or any other thing that you might use your sharing URL for. So let's click out of there. So the next thing we want to do for sharing on LinkedIn is we want to go back to the profile, and we want to share this in our profile. So let's hover over profile and click edit profile. Of course, this is where you're going to list all of the things that you do, your education and your job, as we all know. What you want to do, the first thing to put in your LinkedIn profile so that all bases are covered for your AACE certification is in the top section. Click Contact Info, and it expands open, and under Websites is where you're going to click on the pencil. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose what this particular website is. We're going to choose Portfolio because this is your Badge Cert digital portfolio. So even though it's not really your own website, your company website, it does have its own URL. So in essence, it's similar to that, and it's a digital portfolio for you to share. And then you're going to put your URL there. Now remember, your email from Badge Cert had your URL in it. But you also, let's go back to Badge Cert, you also can share your URL with yourself so that you always have it to add into situations like this. So let's go ahead and put our email address in here of who we want to share it to, and I'm actually sharing this to my work. I also wanted to bring to your attention, notice up here in the top portion when we shared by using the built-in dashboard, how it kept a record of it, that it said it was shared with LinkedIn, and it gives you a timestamp of when that happened. The same is going to be true whenever I enter the email address and click share. As you notice, it gives a timestamp up there as well. So what we need to do is we now need to navigate to our email. As you can see, my email has arrived from Badge Cert, and it's basically saying Penny Woolery is sharing his or her AACE International Digital Badges with you. This is the link right here. So you definitely want to make sure that you either keep this email or store this link somewhere that you have easy access to, so that you'll always be able to refer to it instead of having to keep resharing it, which will give you another unique URL. So if you don't plan on changing your sharing URL group that we created, if you recall in Badge Cert, this group right here, if you don't ever plan to change that, then it's a good idea to keep this particular URL as your only URL, because then that way you don't have to keep track of which one is the most current and who did you share it with. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and let's go back to our LinkedIn area. Not sure why that came up there, but let's go over here, and we're going to paste that URL in this website area entitled Portfolio, and we're going to click Save. Now when people see your profile and they click on that website, it's going to take them to your digital portfolio, very similar to whenever you did this for your update. And as a matter of fact, it's also keeping track that you created your update for your website, which is right here. The last and final place that you can enter your Badge Cert information is actually in an area that LinkedIn provides entitled Certifications. So let's go back to the profile, your full options for your profile, and we already did this for our websites, and now we want to add a section to our profile, but it's only showing education and summary. So let's click View More. And if you scroll down, of course, you can see all of these options that you have. And we want to choose certifications. So it's down there pretty far. So we definitely want to click this button, and then you have an area where you can fill in the information. This is a little bit, this is very textually driven, but because you have that URL, when someone's reviewing it, it gives them that opportunity to click it and then give them a little bit more details with the graphics and your badges. So while it might not seem perfect like in your email signature, which you can put a logo and add the link to it, and it's visually a little bit more aesthetically, it's a little bit more pretty than these particular areas on LinkedIn, but it does give you the same effect because you do have that unique URL. So let's go ahead and talk about our certification name. So we want to call this a Certified Cost Technician, and the authority is AACE International, which of course will come up and you can click it. And what's nice about that is you're going to see at the end when you go to look at your profile, that logo will be there. And your license number, of course, is going to be really your certificate number. So, and I really don't remember what mine is, so let's just give it a number. And then, of course, remember that URL that was in our email, you're going to put in this area as well. The dates would be the first day that you were certified. And then, of course, if it doesn't expire, you would check it and it's to present. But if it does, then you will uncheck this and it will give you the ability to put in an ending date, which for this would be in 4 years. So let's go find 2019, and then you click Save. You will notice after you've submitted your certification that that option for adding a section to your profile is no longer in these areas because you've actually created that section. So when you go to your profile, you'll need to scroll down past your experience, all of your skills and endorsements, your education, and now that section is added to your profile. So if you have more that you need to add, you'll need to navigate to that area to add it. Notice when we were adding it, as I shared with you, after you've entered all of your information, you do now have your logo attached to that as well. And you can actually add more certificates to that. You certainly can do this if you have certifications from other associations as well. But of course, this tutorial is only for AACE, and that's how you will enter all of your certification information into your LinkedIn profile to ensure that you have maximum exposure to your Badge Cert digital portfolio. And finally, whenever you want to see what everyone's going to see when they look at your profile, at your Edit Profile, just click View Profile As, and this is what everyone will see when they click on to view who you are. Of course, you have, if you have a photo, your name, all of your personal information of your current employer. But remember, when we selected that LinkedIn profile, if they click contact information, they'll know how to reach you or get more information about you. So they certainly could click for your email, but remember the portfolio that we created? If we click it, it takes them to your Badge Cert digital portfolio, just as whenever we shared that through your update. And if you continue to scroll down, it lists your experience, all of your skills that you've been endorsed for, and then remember when we added the certification. As you can see, it is now part of your profile and it lists your particular information there along with the bona fide authenticated logo. And that is how you can share all of your information regarding your AACE Badge Cert digital portfolio through LinkedIn. If you have any questions, you can always contact the AACE Certification Headquarters staff at certification@aacei.org. Thank you.